Okay then guys, welcome to another YouTube video. In this one we've got a little comparison here for you with the iPad Mini Retina and the iPad Air. Now both these devices are new and they were released by Apple last year, so I'm going to give you a little comparison just to see which one's better and what I think of them, so which one you should buy pretty much. They're both running exactly the same processor. They're both running the Apple A7 chip, but the one, the iPad Air, is clocked slightly faster. I don't know by how much, but very, very small amount. So in real life usage, you're not going to really notice the difference in that at all. So for this instance, we'll just say that both these devices are exactly the same internally, and really they are. It's just not, you don't notice any lag using any type or any software, any app, anything. So the internals is something we're not really going to talk about because they're pretty much the same. They are also both sold in 16, 32, 64 and 128 gig variants. You've got the 4G and 3G models. Actually, do you even get 3G models? I don't know. If you know, just drop a comment in the box. Anyway, as you can see here, the iPad Air and the iPad Retina are pretty much exactly the same in thickness. I mean, they may be the same. They may be a little bit bigger, sorry, the iPad Air, but in thickness terms, there's no difference. But because of the smaller screen size, the iPad Mini does feel slightly thicker. Just because of that form factor, it just seems to make it feel thicker. I mean, I don't know, it's not thicker, as we just found out, but to me, in my hand, it does feel a little bit thicker. But yeah, that's about it, really. And then if we pick up the iPad Air, I think the large screen kind of makes it feel a little bit sleek and very. It feels a lot lighter and thinner, even though it's not. It just does because of the kind of form factor. And as you can see here, you've got the speaker grills that are slightly smaller than what they are on the iPad Air. And you may think that makes the sound quieter, but it's exactly the same on both iPads. I mean, I imagine they just have the same speakers. Just they've made the grills a little bit smaller because obviously the Retina can't really fit them in so much. Quality and loudness. I think on the iPads the speakers are alright, but they're on one side, so you don't really get the full kind of stereo effects that they're trying to get at. And if we lock that there, we're going to have a quick look at the screen right now because they've both got the Retina display. I mean, obviously the iPad has had the Retina for few generations, but the Mini, has just got the Retina display, hence the iPad Mini Retina. So we've got a photo loaded up here, and we're just going to have a look because I have noticed a few colour differences between the two screens, even though they are meant to be exactly the same. And I'm not sure on pixel density, but I mean, I don't know how well you can see this on the camera, but they're both exactly the same photo, just picked off the image. And as you can see, even the white bar along the top of Safari is not the same. They're both on full brightness, so there's no difference there, but it just doesn't seem as vibrant and as bright as the iPad Air. So I definitely think in terms of whites, the iPad Air is a lot better. And if you just look at the photo as a whole, the photo just seems to pop, and all of the colours just seem to be represented more accurately, rather than on the Retina Mini, which I don't know. It's just missing something. The screen is not. It's not as rich and as. It's a great screen. Don't get me wrong, as you can see, but compared to the iPad Air, it just doesn't seem to meet it. If you know what I mean. But even though they do have the same screen, yeah, the color representation on the iPad Air just seems to be a little bit better, even when they're on the same brightness. So we go back to the home screen now. Just have a look at the back of the iPad Mini and the back of the iPad Air. We've got one in white and one in slate grey, just in case you couldn't already notice. But they both do look fantastic, and they're designed to the point. And we're not really going to look at the kind of hardware and I/O ports because we all know everyone's seen an iPad before. So we're just going to talk about what one I prefer really. And straight out, I prefer the iPad Air. I know it's £100 more. I mean, I'm not sure in dollars. It's probably about $100 more. But the whole point in an iPad is for media consumption, and media consumption is so much better on a bigger screen. I mean, maybe that was wrong to say it's the whole point, but me and many other people use their iPads just for media consumption. And plus, the iPad Retina, it's not small enough to fit in your pocket, so you're still going to have to carry around a bag with you. So, pardon me. So if you're going to have to carry around a bag, why not take the iPad Air with you? Because it's the same thing. I mean, it's the iPad Air, it's light, you don't even notice the weight in there. So you're getting a bigger screen for not really any compromise, because you're still going to have it in your bag. And plus, I use the iPad Retina and I'm like, wait, why am I using this? I've got something else with a bigger screen. So why not use it? I mean, I totally agree. People do prefer the iPad Mini, but for me, I just don't see the point. I prefer the Air. I think it's so much nicer to use. The screen, you can just enjoy everything more of iOS. But thanks for watching our YouTube video, guys. Please like, rate, and subscribe for more TGL videos.